Hi everyone, Dani here. Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Hello, and I know it's been a minute, but I thought today I would go through my 2023 goals and do like a quarterly check-in. Now that I'm not doing like wrap-ups and TBRs, it's kind of nice to be able to go back for like the last 3 months and just see like what have I been reading, how has it been, and do I need to make any like tweaks along the way. And I don't mean like, oh, I need to read more, or I need to do this. I just mean like, am I reading books that are worth my while? So yeah, today is going to be a quarterly check-in. So if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you have not seen my 2023 goals, I will put that in the description below so you can check in on that. I'm going to go through a few of them, so you might hear a few of them here as well, as some of them I'm going to, check in on. Mostly the reading goals for sure. So this year I set myself up to read 50 books, same as last year, just because last year I had a baby, this year I'm having a baby. Let's be real, there's not a lot of reading when that baby comes. So I did set myself up for a goal of 50 books read, and currently I am at 22 books read. So I'm about 44% done with that goal. So I definitely think it is doable. I've been in somewhat of a reading slump this last month, like in April here, but I don't foresee that being like a big deal. It's just been busy with baby G's first birthday, and I just got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, so that's super fun, and just doctor's appointments and all that kind of thing. So it's just been a little bit slower. The time that I do have to myself, I'm literally just vegging on the couch, watching YouTube, and falling asleep. So needless to say, I haven't picked up a book. I've done some audiobook listening, but not too much. But within that goal, so one of my other goals, so having read 50 books for the year, within that goal too, I wanted to read more physical books that are on my shelf. So I want to read from my own shelves, and it looks like 8 of those 22 books are books that I own. So that's about 36% of the books that I've read, which is really great. That means that only 64%, which is still more than half, are either ebook or audiobook from Hoopla. I have not gone to the library at all this year. Quite frankly, it's because they are going through renovations and they're in a different side of town, in a different temporary location, and I'm just can't be bothered to go the extra distance. I know, it's weird, but I've got weird things, so anywho. But within those 22 books, I've been doing okay on ratings. I've only had 2 5-star reviews. One was a middle grade book, and one was a literary fiction, historical fiction. So that's fairly, that's kind of what you see for me. I'm not a big 5-star rater, so to have 2 already within 22 books, that's not bad. I did have 9 4-star reviews, so that was really actually surprising. I think my average review score on Goodreads is like a 3.5. So 4 stars for, 9 of those books, that's pretty impressive. I did have 7 3-stars, so that I'm not surprised about. And then I had 4 2-stars, which I know it's all them Joanne Fluke books, and the School of Good and Evil. I know it's those ones. And I didn't have any 1-stars. I did not rate anything so low as a 1. Quite frankly, if I were to do a 1, I think I probably would have DNF'd it at some point. But no 1-star reviews. Now, as far as other goals go that aren't very reading specific. I have started my rapid reviews back up. I have been posting more on Instagram, maybe not so much on the regular posts, but every time I read a book, I have been posting in my stories. Like I do like a little mini review. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, definitely pop over there and take a look at the stories. And I do have it under my highlights. So if you just see like mini book reviews, I have all of the books that I've read this year. They all have their own little mini review there. So I have been doing that, which is really great. My posting schedule, you know, every Tuesday and every other Thursday, I've had some gaps here and there. But again, my number one goal was to take it easy on myself and not feel guilty. And obviously I always feel guilty, but it's okay if I miss a week here or there. Obviously, I'm going through a lot right now, so I'm just happy that I'm getting stuff out monthly at this point. So honestly, just make sure you have your notification bells on. I'm trying to do the best I can. So yeah, I'm still reading with DoubleBookedCo book club, so that's still going really great. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not doing any TBRs or wrap-ups, so that's wonderful as well. So let's kind of talk about the books that I have read in case you haven't seen anything that I've read. And I'm just going to go right off of my Goodreads list here, and I'll scroll all the way back to January. Again, it's only 22 books. I'm not going to do a huge review on each one, but it looks like the first book I reviewed this year was The School of Good and Evil, and I gave it 3 stars. It really deserves 2. I really didn't like those books. I DNF'd after the second one. I feel like the writing is very heavy-handed, especially the second one in gender roles. I just don't feel like it's appropriately like written for nowadays. I thought the characters were really, I don't know, stereotypical. And even the stereotypes that the author was trying to break just weren't broken properly. And a lot of things that should have happened in the second book just didn't. And ultimately, it's just a grandiose version of a fairy tale that's trying to pretend like they're better than other fairy tales. And it's just not. So let's just say I did not like those books. I DNF'd after the second one. I couldn't. They're like 600-page books. I'm not going to spend my time reading books that suck. Sorry. No, speaking of books that suck. I'm just kidding. They don't suck. I mean, I just don't like them. A lot of people love them, but I read the first in the Joanne Fluke, which is the chocolate chip cookie murder. I gave that one a 3, the first one that is. And as I keep going, I keep rating them like 2s because it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's so redundant. I wake up, I feed my cat, I have a cup of scalding coffee. I'm not even kidding you. She uses the same exact verbiage every single book. Now, I've had many people comment on my rapid review that I did of the first 3 books, and I appreciate every single comment because you are correct in your opinion, because it's your opinion, and I'm happy that we were able to chat. I am no way trying to tell anybody that they should not read these books. If you like cozy mysteries, if you like, you know, bakery stuff, if you like cats, read these books. They're going to be fantastic for you. I am just way more cynical and way more into the writing style and the actual mystery of it all, that some of these other things are just too annoying for me, that it's like it's nails on the chalkboard, because it comes down to writing. Why are you writing the same exact thing over and over again? I can't get past it. It's so annoying. And specifically in this last book that I read, which I think is the 5th book, this person mentions her cat like in every single chapter. Every single chapter it talks about why it's not eating this or why it's doing this and why it's doing that. And I get it, like it's an alien cat at this point because it's too fat because you've given it way too much food. Like I don't need to know about your cat right now. Why are we talking about your cat? This is a cozy mystery with a romance twist. Like why are we talking about your cat? And okay, for all you cat lovers out there, because I know non-cat lovers are so mean to cat lovers. I am not a cat lover. I don't like cats. I just never really have. I'm a dog person. But here's the thing. Even if this was like a lizard, a dog, any other animal, I would still be upset. Why are you talking about your pet? I don't care about your pet. What I care about is who murdered the sheriff, who is doing what. What I care about is the relationships that you're building within the community, because as one subscriber mentioned, the redundancy of how this author writes also builds your familiarity with the characters, which I do agree with. I do like that. I do like that. You feel a sense of community within these books. That is one element that I do enjoy. I do enjoy getting to know all the different people and seeing them more than once. I will agree with that. I do like that portion. And you know, the love triangle, I don't mind it, but the way that she's writing it, she's not dating these guys. She just randomly sees them sometimes and then makes out with them a little bit. And then all she thinks about is, are they gonna ask me to marry them? Are they gonna ask me to marry them? What are you talking about? You spent like 15 minutes with them. Like what do you mean? Do you even know what code like? Do you even know their name? Like it's that kind of stuff. It's like rating. Okay, we're moving on. moving on. My rapid review rant just like poked its little nosy nose in here. Anywho, I then read That Summer by Lauren Willig, which was with DoubleBookedCo's book club. I gave that 4 stars. It was pretty decent. Now looking back and thinking about it, it probably is only really good for 3 stars because there's a lot that I can't remember about that book. And if I can't remember the book, that says something a lot about the stars. So I might actually bring that down a notch. And then A World Without Princes, which is the second in that school of good and evil. I did give that 2 stars. I read July, July by Tim O'Brien, which I think I did a rapid review on, and that was excellent. I really did like that book. It really makes you think about your life and how it could go your way or not, and how you kind of deal with it, and just a big band of really miserable people all at a high school reunion, kind of remembering their life before then. I gave it 4 stars. I also finally finished Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Gave that 3 stars. I think I did a rapid review on that too. So I'll link all of these videos below if I remember, of course. I also read The Banned Bookshop of Maggie Banks, which was by Shauna Robinson. Loved it. I thought that was a great book. I believe there is another book that she's written. I don't know if it's part of this. I don't think it's like a sequel or anything, but I did see that there is another book on my Hoopla by her, and I just thought it was really good. So I might read that. I think it's called Must Love Books. Little romancy, I think, but really excellent. I really did like that. The thing that I liked the most about that book as far as the romance goes is it felt really organic. It didn't feel like the author was just trying to put these 2 people together. It really felt like this would be a natural thing that happened between 2 people that just met. Another one of Joanne Fluke's I gave 2 stars, so that was, I think, the second one, 2 stars. Oh, I read What We Found in Hallelujah by Vanessa Miller, which I got as an advanced reader's copy, but I do think it came out in August of this past year, or November. That was excellent. That was really good. 3 sisters, well, actually 2 sisters, one of which is gone, and you kind of learn about that within the book. But they come back home to help their mother, and there's just not only a physical hurricane, but a hurricane of emotions, family drama, and it was really good. I really liked that. I gave that 4 stars. I finally finished The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory, gave that 4 stars. The Paris Library, which is a historical fiction about the American library in Paris during World War II, was really good. There are a few scenes in there that I was like, it really reminds you that there was just a lot of savagery happening during World War II. But I gave that 4 stars as well. My first 5-star of the year was for Amy Tan's The Kitchen God's Wife, and I read that with our DoubleBookedCo book club, and that was excellent. Such an amazing book, but lots of trigger warnings as far as domestic violence, rape, infant abuse, infant death, abortion, miscarriage. I mean, it goes full boat. So do be aware of that. For me, being pregnant, having a 1-year-old, all those things, it was hard to get through at some points. I did have to like stop and pause and come back to it a couple times just because it would get really intense, and I had to stop. But still an excellent read. I love that. Amy Tan's writing. So Kitchen God's Life was definitely first 5-star. The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris, I gave 3 stars. That's a middle grade read. Echo, I gave 4 stars. That's by that Pam Muniz Ryan. I don't think I said that middle name correctly. Gave that 4 stars. That was really good. I definitely did not expect what I was reading. It's a World War II kind of historical fiction, and it comes from the point of view of 4 different children, and I thought it was about a robot, not about a robot, but I gave it 4 stars. It was excellent. I also read, and it's middle grade, this next one is also a middle grade, Winter House by Ben Gooderson, 4 stars. Really reminiscent of Green Glass House that I read last year, but really kind of fast-paced and there's a lot going on. So definitely good read, 4 stars. I did give the third book in Joanne Fluke's, like the Blueberry Muffin Murder, the Hannah Swensen series. I did give that 3 stars, it looks like. I don't know why, because all I can remember is the same thing over and over again, but just neither here nor there. I did read City of Ember, and that I did 4 stars. I thought that was really good, not what I expected. I have not seen the movie, which has probably helped me enjoy it a little bit more. I thought that was pretty good. I might try and watch or read the rest of them. Not sure. I think there's 2 or 3 more in the series. I gave Lemon Meringue Pie Murder by Joanne Fluke 2 stars. We'll not discuss that anymore. My second 5-star read of the year is From the Desk of Zoe Washington by Jana Marks. That was so good. It's a middle grade book about a young girl who is an aspiring baker, and she gets a letter from her father who happens to be in prison. And somehow throughout that you find out that there's an inkling that he could have been innocent, and she works on trying to prove his innocence, and it's just amazing. It was a really good book. I thought it was really good. I mean, obviously there's some pieces that you're like, can a 12-year-old really accomplish that? But her tenacity was just, I really enjoyed this book. It was really great. I thought it was fun. I really liked Zoe. She was a great character. I liked how she worked through her issues with like different friends that she had, and her issues with her own parents, as well as like her grandmother and stuff. So it was really good. I really liked that. So I gave it 5 stars. I did get back into my CJ Archer series. I read The Toymaker's Curse, which is like book 11, I think. I think I only have like 2 more and then I'm done with that series. I'm getting a little bit bored. It's really becoming redundant, and I feel like it could have been a 6-book series and not a 13-book series. So I'm just gonna hurry up and finish that because I'm getting kind of sick of it. I gave that one 3 stars. I read Mandy, which is a middle grade book by Julie Andrews Edwards with my DoubleBookedCo book club. And I gave that 3 stars. Very much like Secret Garden meets like Matilda, Anne of Green Gables, Jane Eyre-ish kind of book. So I didn't really feel like it had anything new to offer. I felt like it just felt like every other book about an orphan who finds her imagination in a garden, like, honestly, but I mean, still pretty good. And then lastly, The Fudge Cupcake Murder, which I was pretty harsh on my mini review. I gave it 2 stars, and I was just like, if you like cats, read this book. Because this one was really heavy-handed. Like, we always hear about Moesha, but this one, it was like every single chapter, something about this cat, Moesha. So I'm gonna stop ranting about that because I'm sure everyone out there who loves these books are just like, puts up their middle finger at me and just like crosses me off their list of booktubers to listen to. But I'm not saying that your opinion is not worthy, and there are some people that have been putting these as 5 stars, and you may do that because you enjoyed these books, which is perfect, because you should, because everyone has a different background and different, you know, expectation when it comes to books. So these are 5-star worthy books. You can absolutely mark these however you want because you love them, and that's okay. I don't, and that's okay too. So yeah, those are all the books that I've read so far between the beginning of the year and now, and really just kind of March. I don't think I've put anything in for April yet, so I will talk about those the next time I check in. But I'm gonna stop talking because this is already a too long video, but just wanted to give you my updates for the quarter, January through March, see what I'm doing. I think I'm doing pretty good. I wish I was posting a little bit more, but it is what it is. As we creep into June, it's gonna get a little bit hectic, but I hope you all are doing well. I hope you are keeping your notification bells on and subscribed, and of course, reading something fantastic. Okay, y'all, take care, stay safe, and happy reading. Bye.